Hey, it's Jesse here.
Jason here.
Crush that. So we were actually thinking about changing things up on the podcast. I go through the entire plot just because I kind of like to do that myself. But I feel like maybe it's making the episodes really long. And I don't know if people like that or not. I don't know, Jason, if you like long episodes or if you like short episodes. I don't mind long episodes, but
No, sure. I don't mind it, but I think it's important to try new things.
yeah, we're thinking about potentially just going to where we hit like the big details of a movie, which a movie like Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, I feel like there's a lot of intricacies throughout the whole thing. So it'd be like, okay, how do we do this one? But we're thinking about maybe just choosing like maybe 5 scenes from the movie and kind of discussing them instead of doing like a huge rundown of the entire movie. And we're just curious what you guys think about that. So let us know if you want us to kind of just talk about certain scenes or if you want us to go through the entire plot of the movie. And you can just like email us at werecommendmailbag@gmail.com that's also in the description. You just go to the bottom of the description, our email's there, or at the top of the description on things like Spotify and Apple Podcasts, you can click the send us some fan mail or click the link or whatever at the very top. And you can let us know. It's like, hey, keep it the same. I like it. Or, like, hey, no, yeah, switch it up. Just talk about scenes instead. Or if you have any other ideas, let us know. But yeah, so back to the show. Hello, and welcome to the We Recommend Podcast, a movie podcast where every week we recommend a movie for you to watch and then come back here and listen to us discuss. I'm Jesse.
And I'm Jason.
Wow, I feel sore. I mean, physically, not like a guy who's angry in a movie in the 1950s, because this week we recommend Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
Hell yeah. I'm sore. Not like a guy in the 50s who's been molested a whole bunch.
Yeah, geez Louise, this entire movie is wrapped up in that. So what did you think of the movie? First time, second time, third time?
I used to watch it quite a bit. It was one of my go-tos when I was a teenager. I used to love watching this movie.
Yeah.
It was kind of smart, but like watching it as an adult, as a full, real adult,
it really makes you feel bad.
it's kind of silly.
Like it hurts. I mean, I love all the fun like detective PI stuff.
Yeah, the noir stuff is cool.
Yeah, it's so fun. Robert Downey Jr. is great. Val Kilmer's great. Michelle Monaghan's great. And then it's just like it keeps cutting back. Yeah, this woman was assaulted. This woman was abused. This woman is like, as a kid, I was abused. As a kid, I was abused. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
LA is crazy.
Yeah, I guess that's LA. I guess that's what Shane Black's trying to say. And I'm assuming he was like a big, writer, producer, and stuff. A writer. Like in the 50s, Lethal Weapon, Long Kiss Goodnight, Predator. He's done everything. He's the highest paid screenwriter ever.
Hell yeah.
And they even actually used his mansion. That's his mansion in the movie.
Was it at the party?
At the party, yeah.
Nice.
And he actually used to have big parties like this. And that's what gave him the idea of doing something like this.
Nice. That's cool.
Well, having a party there. But it's like, after all of the wine scene and stuff comes out and it's like, yeah, a lot of these directors and stuff kind of knew it and writers kind of knew, and they subtly put it in a lot of their movies. And I was like, does this mean anything? What happened at his parties, man? What does he know?
California is so dirty.
But I'm sure he's heard a lot of stories like this, People just leaving their homes, be like, yeah, I had to get out of there. So I came to LA where it's never...
Where everything's safe and cool.
Yeah, it never rains, so it must be safe, right? It's always warm, even during Christmas.
God, it sounds like hell.
Yeah.
A whale's vagina.
But man, what a fun movie. Shane Black's very first feature.
Oh, shit.
As a director, yeah.
Nice.
And after that, he just essentially did Iron Man 3 and then The Nice Guys and then the Predator movie that nobody liked.
Yeah. Oh, wait, which one?
With Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton?
Key and Peele. It's Key, though. Yeah, it was that one that came out. It was like, they're like in modern America and stuff like that. So,
okay.
Nobody liked it. I haven't seen it. So, I don't know.
Seen it either, I guess.
But yeah, so
fucking idea what you're talking about.
Okay. So what about this movie do you like?
I do like I always love a mystery.
Mm-hmm.
I like
ropes me in every time.
Yeah,
Makes me shoot
Jesse
ropes.
loves ropes.
Love ropes, shoot them, everything. Climb 'em.
Oh, gross.
Yeah.
No, I do like that. I like the modern noir, I guess, and I do like I like Val Kilmer's character.
Oh,
There's a
dude.
lot of there's a lot of funny quips, and it's like something about noir. It's kind of like sexy and gruesome, and like
Yeah.
I don't know. That's appealing.
It's all noirs are always dark.
Yeah.
Like even like we're making it being like this fun movie wrapped around being wrapped up in like horrible like assault type things.
Yes.
And it's like, well, that is kind of a noir thing. It's always like
Yeah.
someone did something really dark and it's like, dude, fuck.
It's like everybody's got a really dark past.
So yeah. And man, I love LA as a setting for a movie though.
Yeah, it's perfect because
always
it's
beautiful.
full of insane people.
It's huge. And it's just like, but like just the streets look dope. I don't know. There's something about LA that you just
I want to go at least once.
yeah, same
Maybe
here.
Just so I can talk about how much I hate it.
It's like, yeah, I couldn't drive anywhere. I did
I can't afford anything.
I did one thing one day because I couldn't get to anywhere else.
Yeah, I was just stuck.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people just get stuck there.
Yeah, that's
and
kinda-
become unhoused.
Yeah, I couldn't afford gas, so I just stayed.
Hell, like a grilled cheese sandwich there is like $17.
Really?
I heard that on another podcast.
Better be a really good grilled cheese sandwich.
Fuck yeah, man. With pickles and everything.
Ew, pickles on a grilled cheese sandwich?
Have you never got one from Sonic?
No. I don't go to Sonic for my grilled cheeses.
Man. Oh, yeah, it's been a while.
My
Maybe
wife-
they've taken the pickle
My
away.
wife makes them. I try to make grilled cheese sandwiches, but I burn them every time. I can't do it.
I tried making one for the kids once, and I looked up a recipe on the internet, which is dangerous now that I understand, because they like dip it in mayonnaise, and
Yeah.
then and that's what I did, and like nobody liked it.
Yeah.
I understand.
Oh, I don't know. That sounds gross. I don't like
Yeah.
mayonnaise.
Yeah, I mean, but once you fry it up, it was kind of like a tang. It kind of gave it a tang.
A tang. A dang tang.
A dang tang.
Well, so for me, the first time
Can
I
we
saw...
just keep talking about grilled cheeses?
I mean, if that's
that's
what you
fine.
want to do, we can be
let's
we
move on.
recommend a grilled cheese.
I do recommend a grilled cheese.
No, so when I first saw this movie, and it was, of course, after I saw Iron Man, because even though I've seen a bunch of Robert Downey Jr.'s before,
Yeah.
like I never saw this one, and you know,
Has any other movie made you wish that he was Iron Man?
Yeah. I mean, it's obviously how he got the role, right? I mean, Jon Favreau saw him in this movie and like essentially like, you're Iron Man, dude. Like this is what we need for Iron Man.
I don't see how he gets that from this movie, but okay.
Well, I think it's just like his you know, his quips and
Yeah.
you know, he just comes off as like a snooty guy,
Sure.
which is what Iron Man was.
Yeah, I think he's a billionaire.
Yeah. And I think he, you know, just perfect portrayal. But it's great because
all billionaires are thieves.
Yeah. So, you know, Robert Downey Jr., he essentially got kicked out of Hollywood because he was a drug addict.
Yeah.
He was super into drugs. He had to go to rehab and stuff.
Lots of alcohol too.
Yeah. It was kind of everything. And this, you know, because yeah, he was having a big career. He was in that Charlie Chaplin movie that was like, I think he got him like Oscar recognition. Dang, I feel like Robert Downey Jr.
Recognition.
And so he had to go to rehab and everything, and essentially his stock just plummeted. And then I think the only movie he did like in the 2000s before this was Gothica with.
Oh, that was okay.
Yeah, he was in that. I've never fully seen that.
Gothica's pretty good.
I've put it on and fallen asleep quite a bit.
Didn't the lady that played the main actress, she died, right? In the making of that movie, or maybe like right after?
No, because it's what's her name? Halle Berry is in it.
Oh, I was thinking of a different
Unless
one.
someone else in the movie died.
No, I was thinking of a different
No,
movie.
because Penelope Cruz is in it. John Carroll Lynch is in it. The guy from The Invitation, the big guy. And he also plays Zodiac. That's fun.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, and he did that. And then Shane Black was like, oh, yeah, here, be in my movie. And he's like, okay. And then it just restarted his career. And now he's like one of the
He's
best
like,
guys ever.
Well, can I buy more drugs?
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, he does he has such a great story. It's like, he was an up and comer. You know, his dad was kind of in Hollywood. He always made kind of like really weird avant-garde movies. His dad, there's actually a documentary on Netflix about his dad.
Really?
Yeah, that Robert Downey Jr. made. I still need to watch it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool. I need to watch it.
And he made like weird experimental movies and stuff. And then, I'm sure there's a bit of nepotism in it. And then, Robert Downey Jr. starts getting big, gets into drugs, goes to rehab, gets this movie, becomes Iron Man, and eventually wins an Oscar for Oppenheimer. And it's like, damn, that's a story.
I didn't know he won an Oscar. I don't watch the Oscars.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He won it last year for Oppenheimer. It was great. Everybody was super happy.
Man, I still haven't seen Oppenheimer.
And his speech was good. And it was fun. He's just like, yeah, I'm here. It wasn't anything like that.
Blast the audience with an Iron Man beam.
You guys think Iron Man was cool? Suck it, you nerds. Just kidding. Iron Man is cool. And for some reason, he's coming back to the MCU. It makes no sense. But that's fine.
He's dead.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
But he's going to be in the Fantastic.
He's going to be the next Jarvis.
He's Dr. Doom.
What?
I know.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
And so is Chris Evans. He's coming back as well.
Okay.
It was actually released today that he may be playing Nomad.
I don't know who that is.
Which I guess is just like another character of Captain America. I don't know.
Cool.
So we'll see. Who knows what these movies are going to do? But back to good movies. And Val Kilmer, man, this is probably like his best movie, one of his last movies before he just like disappeared from everything.
Yeah.
Because, he also had an issue with like drugs and alcohol.
No.
And it's funny. Well, it's not funny. Well, because, hold on. Let me see. Yeah, there's really, outside of Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, everything after it, other than the new Top Gun movie, there's nothing I really know him for. He's just done a bunch of small things and just some voiceover. Yeah, dang, he's been in some bad. Oh, don't forget MacGruber. That's probably his
worst movie.
His last best movie. And I don't accept any other. He's in Love Guru, that great movie.
I've not seen Love Guru.
Yeah, so he's in Deja Vu. I forgot about that. The Denzel movie. Yeah. Okay. Maybe that was probably his last one, which he did that a year after this movie. So, okay. Well, he did some stuff. Michelle Monaghan, she's just great and everything. She always like randomly will pop up in a movie. I'm like, dang, where'd she go?
How do you feel about her script in this movie?
What do you mean?
Because I asked my wife to watch this movie with me, and she was really upset about her character.
Yeah, in what way? And that she was just kind of like cool with everything that keeps happening to her?
I guess. Yeah. I think in a way that's exactly what it was. Like,
yeah, she
was kind of just fine with being an object.
Well, I mean, I guess it was just like she had the type of personality. It's just like, well, life fucking sucks. I'm not going to let it stop me type of person. And like she's constantly had a goal, right, to get her sister out of everything. So it's like, this dude grabbed my boob. It doesn't matter. I have to get famous and rich so I can get my sister out type of thing. So
that's such a sad story. Yeah. And like, well,
it's almost like a dude wrote this, right?
Yes, that's what she said. I didn't want to come out and say that because, of course, a guy wrote it.
And it's early 2000s where like half the scripts did not have very good parts for women. And they're always just kind of like, and her character is definitely just like, hey, she has to be like this for the plot of the movie to get our main character to point A and B and C.
I see that. And I do like her character a lot at some points, especially when she kicks that guy's ass.
Yeah. That guy at the park or whatever.
Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, my wife didn't see that one. She was asleep. Like, I should have woken her up for this one.
Yeah. Yeah, and I can see that, like whenever Robert Downey Jr. kind of like is squishing the spider on her boob and she's like, oh, it's okay. That's life. And it's like, man has to tell woman how to live her life and be a proper woman, It's like,
his character is a whole different other.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just doing his like what do you call it, manic Robert Downey Jr. thing,
I guess, yeah, he's kind of like a misogynist, but that's whatever.
Yeah, he's like, oh no, I need a lady to be a proper lady.
Yeah. Snatches her hat off. She's like, I'm working.
Well, no, that was like, it's like, hey, I got to show you this video. It's like, look, I can't take you serious with this Santa hat on. I didn't think that one was that bad. She's like, dude, we got to pay attention. It's like, well, you dressed as a Santa.
No, but like, come on, get over the hat. It's just a hat. All right.
It's a funny line, though. It's funny. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, of course, like the script and stuff doesn't age well. It's most noirs don't.
Yeah.
Like, especially.
I guess that's part of it.
And
like,
it's early 2000s. So this is such an early 2000s script.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, I don't know. It's like, women are just mainly objects in the movie.
Yes.
Yeah. But she crushes it. And
Yeah, she's awesome. I
She's
like her.
funny and just, I don't know.
She's funny, sexy.
She
cool.
she makes it work. Yeah, it'll probably
She's kind
come.
of a badass.
Yeah, she does it. And she's like, I'm solving this
She
crime.
also is like the damsel in distress at the same time. Like, who are you, lady?
Yeah. Well, is she though? Because I mean,
Yes.
she stays away and then she gets in the car. She's taking action, getting the casket, and then she's like, she just yeets herself off of a bridge.
I know.
And it's
and
like,
then she's like, but then she's laying there and she's like, oh,
the amazing Harold, come save
come
me.
get me. Yes.
Well, she's like knocked out.
Yeah, I guess. She's
But, I mean,
hysterical.
I feel like in terms of, hey, she's putting up a fight and she's doing a lot of things. Then she jumped off a bridge and now she's hurt.
Yeah, jumping off a bridge sucks.
I mean, I feel like, yeah, if they just used a better line, be like, hey, I'm down here and my legs hurt. Are you okay? Because if you can walk, you should come get me.
I had to talk my brother off a bridge, not because he was going to jump, but because he was rappelling off of a bridge.
Oh, cool.
Because he heard someone else did it from a rumor and thought it was fun. But there was like 80 feet of space between, because he didn't bring a long enough rope.
Oh, my God.
And between the ground and him. And I was like,
and he still was like, going to do it.
Yeah, he's like, I'm going to jump. I'm like, dude, you're going to die. But please don't do this.
I wouldn't even understand. Like, once you see your rope's not long enough, what are you doing at that point?
But I know, but he went.
Did he think 80 feet from, was it water? Was there water below him?
There was a trickle of water. I think the person who did it before that he heard about, there was a lot of water.
Yeah.
And he landed safely.
He probably had a lot of rope.
Yeah.
Wow. You saved your friend's life.
My brother.
Your brother's life. Wow, really? That's insane.
He's an insane person.
Yeah. And what do you think about Val Kilmer's character as Gay Perry?
I really liked him.
Talk about another thing that's not going to age well.
There we go. No, I really liked Gay Perry. I thought he was super cool, but like he's just kind of like a dirty private investigator.
Yeah. And at this point, like there's really not a lot of people that lead a movie as a gay person at this point.
True.
Like, so this was like, especially just like a crime thriller noir. It's like not a lot of things, which was pretty progressive. And I guess they weren't overtly like, they didn't make them overtly like, like
it was
like it's just mainly in the dialogue where he's just like he'll just say some like off the wall things, but it always seems like it's to kind of just creep out Robert Downey Jr. more so than it's like, oh no, I'm not actually like this. It's just like I'm a normal gay guy and I just understand it makes you uncomfortable, so I'm just picking on you at this point because he doesn't really like him.
Yeah, and I feel like the movie does pick on gay people a few times throughout the movie.
Yep.
Which is kind of weird being LA, which is like kind of like the most progressive place in the United States.
And I feel like that's why like they kind of make his character gay because it'd be like, isn't this crazy how LA has gay PIs,
crazy. Right?
Have
you ever seen a gay person?
What?
Before?
Oh my gosh. And he's a detective? How is that possible?
Whoa.
What? But even though with all like the potentially things that don't age well, it's still a pretty darn good movie.
Yeah, it was fun.
It's really fun.
It's fun to watch.
It's like, and I will say it's funny because my wife was like, man, that was a long movie. And I was like, that was actually only an hour and 45 minutes. She's like, what? It felt so much longer. But I will say, like, if you watch it like kind of close together more, it really starts so I watched it last night with my wife and then I watched it today to take notes. And like the second time you watch it, it just really flies by. And I think because the plot is kind of convoluted and complicated, which is kind of a noir thing, of course. But which I think what makes it harder to understand the plot is that they're all fast talkers in this movie. So it's like you could just really miss it. But I think whenever you first watch a noir or mystery, you're kind of just trying to figure it out in your head.
Right.
So it's making you feel like it takes longer. Once you know the story and you fully know it and understand it, it kind of just really, the pace goes just because it's funny and then like one fun scene leads to another fun scene.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's go to some factoids here.
Ooh.
So, so as a show of support for Robert Downey Jr.'s recovery from alcohol and drugs, Val Kilmer refused to drink during the entire production.
Ah, what a friend.
And the reason that he was so nice to him is that apparently Val Kilmer and Robert Downey Jr. met for the first time at a Hollywood party, and they kind of become buddies there. And a week later, he received the screenplay for this film and agreed to do it before he'd even finished reading it. Upon agreeing, and much to his delight, he was informed that Downey had already been cast as well.
Nice.
So they meet at a party, and it's like, hey, we're going to be in a movie now.
Let's be friends.
That's cool. It's probably a Shane Black party.
That'd be awesome to go to one of these parties and just like play beer pong with Val Kilmer.
Yeah. Like, hey, Val, Robert wasn't doing that.
No.
But yeah, that'd be pretty great. It's like, I'm just at the bar. I want to do a shot. Hey, you want to do one with me? Turns around. Robert De Niro.
Native American Joe Pesci.
So good. I do have some facts about that too. And so this is Robert Downey Jr.'s favorite movie of his own.
Oh, shit.
And I think it's, it just did a lot.
He got to narrate.
It did a lot for his film or his career. And I guess he kind of just got to be, a bit of what Robert Downey Jr. is, which is a fast talking, witty guy.
Yeah. And I think a lot of that came out in the narration.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Yeah. What do you feel about the narration?
It's bad.
You don't like the narration?
It was not great.
Yeah.
But okay, it's whatever.
I think it takes a second for it to kind of like sink in that it's like, it becomes part of the film and you're like, okay. But at the start, it's like.
You kind of start to realize that this is part of his idiot character.
Yeah. It's like, of course he would narrate a thing like this. So I guess the film's original title was called LAPI.
That's bad.
Then Bang.
Just Bang?
They called it, they were going to call it Bang, but it was actually Val Kilmer who suggested to director Shane Black that Kiss Kiss Bang Bang would have more appeal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does.
And so Robert Downey Jr. considered his role as Harry Lockhart his calling card to playing Tony Stark in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. While preparing to make Iron Man, Downey Jr.'s performance inspired director Jon Favreau to cast him in the role. So yeah, cool. That's how it happened.
Smart.
So Shane Black had been suffering from writer's block. It ultimately took him over a year and a half to write the script for this film. He then had an enormous trouble selling it. And because he used to be known as the highest paid screenwriter, it ended up meaning nothing when he was shopping his screenplay around. Eventually, he took it to producer Joe Silver, who gave him his first big break in 1987 when he bought Lethal Weapon.
Nice.
And that's essentially because he had that, connection with Joe Silver. They were like, all right, yeah, we'll shop it around and we'll do it.
I wish I knew more about business.
Yeah, me too. All right, and for a last little fact, so according to Shane Black, audience members lose their attention span every 28 minutes, and moments have to come in every half hour or so where they don't have to pay close attention and are able to get focused again.
Oh, man, I'm going to start setting a timer.
Yeah. So I just wonder, if every little action scene comes up and it's like, okay, we can kind of just go mindless for a second and then, oh, fun, big bang, boom. And now they're talking again.
Big bang, boom.
Big bada boom.
Big bada boom.
And so that's pretty much all the fun facts, really. Everything else is kind of like, oh, here, this song was in this movie. And it's like, okay, cool. Thanks.
Lame.
Yeah. So I'll just run down the cast real quick. So directed and written by Shane Black. Lethal Weapon, he wrote that.
Nice.
Predator wrote that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So kind of a big guy here. This is his first directed movie. Stars Robert Downey Jr. as Harry Lockhart, Val Kilmer as Gay Perry, Michelle Monaghan as Harmony Faith Lane, Corbin Burnson as Harlan Dexter, Dash. I'm not. You know what? That's pretty much everybody you need to know. I was just thinking, everybody else just has 5 lines most.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, bro. Are you ready to
Let's do it.
hop into the film?
Hop.
All right. Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, 2005.
Smooch.
So the movie starts with a birthday party where some kids are performing a magic trick.
This party looks awesome.
Yeah, they're going to cut this girl in half with a chainsaw.
Yes.
Looks like a real blade.
Who gave a kid a chainsaw?
Yeah. These parents need to pay attention.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck.
And then as they're about to start putting the chainsaw in this box, the little girl starts screaming her head off.
She's like, stop.
And then her dad and everybody runs around her and says, I'm going to be the best actor ever.
And then her dad hits her.
Hits her in the middle of a party. Must be the 60s or 70s.
God damn.
Just immediately started.
God.
which is going to be the theme of this movie. Abusive fathers and
Yes.
men.
God damn.
Men taking advantage of women throughout the entire movie. Makes you feel great.
Yeah.
But luckily, Robert Downey Jr. and Val Kilmer and Michelle Monaghan make you laugh. Just laugh through the page.
The gallows humor. We're all kind of abused, right?
I like dark humor. I mean,
Yes.
it works, right? Everybody likes it a little bit.
Yeah.
All right. And then we start day one. Trouble is my business. So we meet Harry. He's narrating his own story. He is nervously hanging out at a party next to a pool. He doesn't belong in LA, and it's obvious because he's like,
I like
I
how he
hate
tells
this.
Flicka.
Yeah.
Or no, not Flicka. The girl.
That one girl.
Yeah.
It's like, hi. Hey, what do you do? Hi, I'm retired. I invented dice.
Yes.
She's like, okay, see ya.
I'm going to go find someone better.
Yeah, exactly. And then so we just kind of introduce other people. We meet we meet Perry Van Strick, or Gay Perry. He's a PI. And he works for this producer.
Penis
Yeah,
investigator.
he's a penis investigator. Damn, dude, good one. We're canceled. So he explains that he got to the party because he was robbing a place for his kid. And then we have a little flashback. Got him and his buddy.
I think it was like his niece, though.
Niece, something like that.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah,
don't
he
think
doesn't
he
have a
has
kid.
kids.
That was my bad. I kind of got used to putting kid in this movie.
That's
the
fine.
title. So they're robbing a place. He's like, hey, what toy did you want, to this kid on the line? And then all of a sudden the the alarm trips.
A UPS truck drives by and knocks
fucking-
out his security bypass.
It's like, why not make it a train or something? You're in New York.
That guy,
Yeah.
or LA, right? Or
Uh,
is he in New York? I don't know.
Fuck, I can't remember.
I don't know.
Well, he's
Maybe
from the
he is
East
in-
Coast.
Yeah, so he probably is in New York or something.
And then, so the alarm goes off. They're trying to run from the cops. They're out into the middle of the street, and then all of a sudden, a random woman comes out on our balcony,
God damn.
and it's like, "Stop! I'm going to shoot you!" And then she just ends up shooting his partner and catches him in the arm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like through his jacket and kills his friend.
And then he runs away, leaving him there.
Damn, that chick loves toys.
Yeah.
So much.
And then, so he's like trying to get away, and then he just stumbles into this actor, like, what do you call it?
It's like a-
audition.
Yeah, audition.
Yeah. And so at first he starts and he
It's like,
doesn't seem into
what
it.
the fuck?
And then they say, you got your partner killed. And then he kind of flips out and starts acting good because it's
yeah,
real.
So it just fucking happened.
And they're
to him.
like, God dang, we got to get this guy in our
Method.
movie. Hell yeah, everybody's method now. And it's fun because, this is the beginning of a movie and we see his friend get shot and killed. And, he essentially has no reaction. He just runs away. Versus a little bit later.
And his friend
it's
was
different.
just stealing like teddy bears and shit.
Yeah. Yeah, no reason to get shot.
No.
Go to jail. I understand that.
That
but
lady should go to jail.
Yeah, she just shot some random people in the alley that weren't going to shoot her. So, whoa.
Yeah, well, he's like, put the guy down.
Yeah, and she's just like, that lady just, tough streets out there, people robbing. You got to.
Yeah, just don't go outside ever.
And then we learn he is now in LA for a screen test for the movie.
I feel like this is how Chris Pratt got his job, like his career.
Yeah.
Because he was a beach bum and he was unhoused, living with women.
Living in his van, just trying out for auditions.
Yeah.
That's how he got in the OC.
Yeah, well, I'd like to think that he was stealing toys
He
from
might.
children.
Probably eating out the trash or something.
Yeah.
We learn he's just like picking up kids and shaking them.
Give me your lunch money.
He doesn't seem like that type of guy, though.
Yeah,
He seems like a
whatever. I
nice
don't know.
guy.
He was unhoused, living on the beach. I feel like he would have done anything
Yeah, I mean, he
for
probably.
money.
I don't know. I think he worked at. I think I remember reading he worked at like a t-shirt shop or something. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. Why are you quoting me at all?
I don't know. Anyway,
So we meet Harmony. We learn that she's at the party because when she was a kid, she loved Johnny Gossamer novels that idolized L.A. Later in life, we see that her little sister was getting abused by her father. So at the age of 16, she left for L.A. to make money to
that's
rescue
fucking
her
rough.
sister.
Want him to leave your sister
Right,
like
at
that?
16. And then we learn now she's 34 and
Jesus
didn't
Christ.
rescue her at all. But then we also learned that a few weeks before the party, an actor who played a character called Protocop was drunk in her apartment. She scared him and he fell to his death.
That was hilarious.
And then the producer, that is also that Gay Perry is with, saw Harmony on the news and invited her to the party.
Yeah, invite her to something.
Sometimes that's all it takes in LA. He just gets seen at the right time. They're like, well, she's attractive. She's
Hell
going to be
yeah.
in this movie. Hopefully she can act.
That's why you should always look your best
That's why you should
and
always
hang out around crimes.
get into the news. But yeah, youch, man, what a backstory. Zoinks.
Yowza.
It's like, damn.
I know, that was rough.
Back to the party, Harmony finds out that the host of the party has all the Johnny Gossamer books. She reads them and falls asleep in a room at the party. Then, classic, some random creep comes in and starts touching her and like pulling up her dress a little bit. And then Harry sees this. Walk away, don't think, just do it.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here, you creep.
Harry says he'll beat him up. It's like, bro, it's nearly my bedtime. You want to go outside? It's like such a tough talking guy. And then they go and cut to him outside just getting the shit beat out of him. And he's just like, ugh. It's like one of these days I'm going to learn how to fight.
I know, like I've never seen that in a movie. Like someone standing up for someone else and then just getting their ass whooped like crazy.
That's okay, because that's all that needed to happen to get him away from her.
Yeah.
So it's like, just take your beating, dude.
You did it.
And it's like, hey,
good on you.
Harry might not be the best person we're going to find out in the movie, but guess what? He's the best person in the whole movie, apparently.
Yeah.
Except for, well, no, because Perry's, he says it himself. He's not a nice guy.
No, he's not.
He just does what he's paid to do.
Hell yeah. That's
Classic PI stuff. Oh, I love private investigator movies, though.
Have you ever met one? A private investigator?
No, because they're never like the movies.
I met one in Mexico, and he said, he's like, yeah, all he does is like stakeouts.
Stakeouts, take pictures.
90% of what he does is like catch people cheating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense. So Perry comes up after Harry gets beat up and helps him up. They are meeting for the first time. We learn that Perry is the consultant on the film Harry is acting in. And there's like all the funny banter about his name. Be like, oh, they call you gay, Perry? And he's like, Harry, yes, still gay? Perry, me. No, I'm knee deep in pussy. I just like the name so much I can't get rid of it.
I know, man. Once you've branded yourself, it's hard to rebrand. Yeah. I imagine.
He's just being sarcastic, though.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Okay. But I think Val Kilmer actually has the funniest lines in the entire movie.
Oh, hell yeah.
Like it's wild because you don't really see him as like a comedic actor, but when you go from, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang to him being funny and MacGruber, it's like, damn, the guy had some comedic chops here. But then if you think about it, one of his first movies was Top Secret. Is that parody movie of, spy movies?
Oh,
Have you ever seen it?
No.
I've watched it a long time ago. Rewatched it, and it just wasn't as funny as I remember it being. But I should rewatch.
He's not a comedian.
Yeah, I mean, he was funny. It was just the movie. And then Harry sees Harmony leaving the party with the guy who beat him up. He's like, "Damn it!
Oh man, I lost again."
Yeah. And so we learned that the producer, his name was Daphne, is having Harry shadow Perry for his role as a PI.
Harry and Perry.
Yeah. And then as they're both talking, Harry and Perry, we then meet Harlan Dexter, the party host. We learn it's Dexter's daughter's B-day. Apparently they have had a bad relationship, and 3 months before the party, she was suing him for his millions. He even called her a bad word. Cunt.
Yeah, I really like that about Val Kilmer's character.
Yeah. It's very like, oh, I don't want to be rude. I'm going to say the thing I was going to.
Yeah.
And then he goes, welcome to Hollywood.
Yeah.
And then Harry stops the tape. And he says a bit, it's like, gee, I wonder, this random little scene in this movie that makes no sense. I wonder if that's going to be a callback later. Just like, damn, okay,
Definitely
Deadpool, calm down.
Jesse's alley.
Yeah. I was like, I love this. But yeah, it's just like the classic, every noir has it, where it's like, oh, here's these random characters that you haven't met before and meet for 5 seconds, and it seems to not make sense. Oh, I bet nothing's going to come from this. And then Harry talks about Harmony to Perry. He says she feels like that dream girl from high school that got away. Perry knows the girl and sends Harry to the domino room. It's going to be hard to continue talking and having to say Harry and Perry.
How do you feel about a bar with no chairs? You have to sit on the floor.
Is that what it is?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't even notice. Oh, yeah, because they are. Yeah, it sounds terrible.
I mean, if the carpet's comfy,
but it's
got like a comfy
I
pillow.
do enjoy
maybe.
like the very Christmassy aesthetic they got going on there.
Yeah.
Seems like a fun thing.
Christmas in LA must be.
Oh, by the way,
different.
Shane Black loves Christmas. This movie's Christmas. This is a Christmas movie. You can watch it every year.
hell yeah.
With Die Hard. If you're a sicko like us who don't like normal Christmas movies.
If you don't like Hallmark Christmas movies.
You watch what is it? Hot Frosty?
Not yet.
Sexy Frosty?
God, not yet.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm sure it will happen. And like Red One, I'm kind of excited about that one.
I'm not.
Just because it's
look terrible. Is that why you're excited for it? Look bad. Look like
look
like a Christmas MCU movie.
My wife is super excited about it because she's got this thing for Santa, like hot Santa.
Okay.
And that's
continue. I'm worried.
That's why I'm excited because she's excited.
Wow. I was wondering why he came in with a Santa costume on with it unbuttoned a little bit.
And my chest hair
I was just
flowing
like,
out.
you came all the way here with no pants on?
Do you think Santa was a ginger? I hope he was. At one point,
I don't know. I think he was just born old, right?
Yeah.
It's like that bit, that SNL skit where a woman's giving birth and then Will Ferrell comes out. Oh, it was hot in there.
He's a 45-year-old man.
I like to think that's how it went.
Yeah.
All right. So, man, you just really dropped that Santa thing on me. It's going to be hard to concentrate from now on.
Santa egg.
So, Harry goes to the domino room. He meets a woman named Flicka. He tells her he's a PI and we learn she is a flight attendant. It's just like the scene with Dexter. It's like, what? Why is this in here? We'll find out later. So he sits next to Harmony. They have a lot of witty banter. They kind of call out other. It's like, oh, you can go over there with that guy who looks like a Brazilian Billy Bob. It's like, oh, I'll be over there next to the Native American Joe Pesci. Funny. So he actually wrote in the script, he wrote different things. I think he wrote like Black Patrick Swayze and thing. They were just placeholders.
Yeah.
And so when he got to the scene, he put all the extras. He lined them all up. And he looked at them to see if he can come up with any funny things like Native American Joe Pesci and things like that. Yeah. So that's how those actors got picked.
Yeah. Just her friend. God.
Yeah. But before that, so she's trying to, it's like, oh, it's kind of like, oh, don't sit next to me. Go sit next to her. And then kind of talks about it. It's like, yeah, that girl, she's 35 and still trying to make it into the business. Time to give up, honey. Hey,
that's harsh.
And then Harry's like, what's your age? And he's like, 34. I'm just a baby. And then so after more witty banter, her friend comes up and tries to scare him off. And then it seems to work. And then Harmony
head twitches a lot.
Yeah. And then Harmony finally brings up that's like, Harry, when are you going to notice me? And then he's like, oh, you're Harmony.
Shit.
And then
he knew.
You think
he knew?
No, I think that was kind of the whole thing. Because like whenever he goes back in the narration, he's like, yeah, so about that. And they cut back to the birthday party. And it's like, you know that girl that I said that got away? Well, her name was actually
because that was her.
Harmony. And it was like, yeah. And it turns out this is her. And so it's later that night. Now they're both getting drunk, sitting on the floor. They're talking about how a film production came to town. And that's how Harmony got into Johnny Gossamer.
Yes.
We learned that Harmony didn't get famous, but she did get to do a commercial with a bear.
Yeah, that bear commercial reminds me. Did you ever see the one where the guy's fighting a bear over a fish?
Well, maybe.
Or he's like they get into the bear comes up, tries to steal his fish, and then they get into a boxing match.
Oh,
you remember
that sounds familiar.
And then he kicks the bear in the balls. Anyway, and it's a beer commercial.
Yeah. But the reason like all this is being brought up is because, she wanted to make money to get her sister out of the house, away from the father. But it didn't work. So she's like really bummed out that she's not famous. And then he's like, no, you got a national commercial. That's great. That's really good. That's something. And so they're kind of hitting it off now. And he invites her back to his hotel. He's like, you can bring your friend, whatever, just one drink. And she seems to be into it. And then we cut to the next day. He wakes up.
Mistakes were made.
Next to a friend. No.
Who's super sweet all of a sudden.
Harry, everything could have been so much easier for you if you weren't an idiot.
Yeah, he's a moron.
Yeah, he got blacked out drunk. Didn't know what he was doing anymore.
I suppose.
Have you ever been blacked out drunk?
Yeah, it's scary.
Yeah. I've only ever done it, and it's always been when I'm here. And the first time I did it, I was like, what?
Yeah. You wake up in a different room and you're like, oh, fuck.
Well, it's like, and it's just like, I remember like very vague points, but I'm like, golly, like I was at least up. Like I remember playing you don't Jackbox games on
Yeah.
the Switch. And I'm like, I played for like an hour or more with my friends and my wife, and I didn't know. And all I remember is just like waking up, seeing Natalie like kind of start falling asleep. And like, here, we got to go to bed, dude. And then it's just like the next day, I'm like, what the fuck?
What?
I was like, was I funny in my game? Was I funny? Was I obnoxious? I don't know. Apparently I didn't act too different. I was just obviously drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, so after realizing he was sleeping with his friend, he just gets up like, what the hell? Just immediately runs out the door, says nothing. He runs out of his hotel and goes to Harmony's place, tells her he blacked out, and she says like, you ended up having sex with my friend. Kind of a bummer. He tries to be like, no, I promise, I was blacked out. Technically, I didn't mean to. And then
to the guy mask.
Yeah. And then she slams the door on his face.
That was.
And we'll see that a few more times. One time, it's really funny.
Yes.
And then we get this great shot, him walking out. He's putting a cigarette on. You got the palm trees behind him. And then he's just kind of looking back at her hotel or house or apartment, whatever. This is a great shot. It's very noir feeling.
Sure. Yeah.
And then we cut to day 2. Harry is shadowing Perry. He explains Johnny Gossamer to him. He essentially says, like, yeah, there's a normal case and there's a wild case. And they always end up being one case.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know if that's going to have anything to do with the movie, though.
Did you count how, like, when she talks about how they killed 16 people in every book? Did you count? I didn't.
Shit.
I forgot to as well.
It doesn't feel like there's 16, but I'm sure 16 people died at some point. Damn it. I was hoping that'd come up in the facts, but I never saw anything about it.
Yeah, that
usually
probably didn't happen.
Yeah. Yeah, and then like they talk about, and Robert Downey Jr. is just being his neurotic self, going through like all his stuff in his car, and he pulls out this tiny gun. So we learn Perry was hired by Allison Ames, who wants him to do some video surveillance. And he's like, oh, really? How'd you meet her? And then Perry's like, yeah, well, I just went to her house, knocked on her door, and she was just only in her underwear. And she said, take a seat. And she sat in my lap. I was like, really? No. My job is very boring. It's nothing like the movies. We learned that Harmony promised Harry that she wouldn't. Oh, yeah. And they're just kind of bringing up, talking about Harmony. And it's like, oh, it turns out that was actually the girl that I grew up with, that I was in love with for all my life.
Yeah, and he was the friend and friend zone hardcore.
Yeah. And we learned that it's like she slept with like every guy in high school except for my friend Harry. She promised me she wouldn't fuck him. And then like all that conversation leads to them getting to the house to survey. Somebody comes out of the house and drives off. They hear like a noise almost. He's like, what's wrong with this car? It's like, I'm not a fucking mechanic. So obviously there's a live person in the trunk. So they follow, and then
she was alive?
Well, I mean, that's
in the trunk?
That's
I thought she was already dead.
That's what they're hearing in the car, right? They're just kind of like,
remember.
I felt like it sounded like beating.
Yeah, maybe.
They follow and then see the same car jump into the lake. They hear a sound in the trunk, so Perry shoots the trunk open and drags her out of the lake. She's dead. And then we just see Harry pulls down her dress. And then 2 guys in a mask drive up, and then they kind of look at him and drive off. Perry says that it's like, we're going to have to go to the cops because in movies, that's what you do. Or like, unlike movies, this is what you do. But then Harry's like, well, you shot her. And he's like, what? It's like, there's a bullet hole in her head. Here's the thing. Because look, I'm assuming by them saying, oh, what's wrong with this car? And you kind of hear like thumping a little bit that she's still alive. Then Perry shot her.
Yeah, trying to get her out.
And killed her.
Because he had to shoot the trunk open.
So he murdered her.
He kind of accidentally
It's an accidental murder. He blacked out. It was an accident.
He manslaughtered her.
Yeah. But I think that's so funny.
Yeah, it is fun. It is funny in a fucked up way.
If he didn't have to shoot the trunk, if he just found the keys and opened it, the story's over. But
sure.
No, he accidentally shot her.
He shot her in the head.
And I do just want to say, I don't think bullets can be shot underwater, go through a car and into someone else's head.
Probably
while
not.
being underwater.
It'd have to be a very powerful gun.
But movies. Mythbusters actually, they did like those huge giant sniper rifles.
Yeah.
They
like
shot those
cals?
into water. They just immediately explode upon impact on the water and stuff.
Oh, shit.
So I don't know how it is underwater. I'm sure they probably did that, but I don't
Interesting.
think guns really work well underwater, right?
I don't know. I know spear guns probably do.
Yeah, they're great.
They're different.
They're made for underwater. So they're all kind of they're kind of freaking out and thinking about it. Harry. We see him throw Perry's gun into the lake. Big mistake. And then Perry gets super mad because his mom gave him it.
That was my best gun.
Perry, my $2,000 ceramic vector my mother gave to me as a special gift. You threw it in the lake next to the car. What happens when they drag the lake? You think they'll find my pistol? Jesus, look up idiot in the dictionary. You know what you'll find? Harry, a picture of me? No, the definition of the word idiot, because you fucking are.
Yeah.
Good. Man, this
It's
movie,
awesome.
when it gets like going with the dialogue, it just really crushes. It's very, very witty. And, I think it's just, it's just funny because Robert Downey Jr., like he just seems like someone that would constantly be doing this type of dialogue and talking fast and stuff. And it's funny that Shane Black wrote such a witty, fast talking script and then was able to get Robert Downey Jr. in it. And then, Robert Downey Jr. becomes the poster boy at MCU and all of the MCU talk like this movie in terms of like dialogue wise. And it's just fucking Kiss Kiss Bang Bang made the MCU, dude.
That's true.
Like, isn't it wild?
That's awesome.
I wish I said that at the beginning of the podcast. It'd be way more interesting for people
He
first
created
joining.
Marvel.
Yeah. So now they're just kind of driving away. Perry thinks someone set him up. He drops Harry off at his hotel. Perry.
That's so funny when he's leaning up against his car.
Yeah.
He's like, I gotta go.
I gotta go.
He pushes him.
But like when they first get there, he's like, Perry, go, sleep badly. Any questions? Hesitate to call. And then Harry gets the call that Harmony committed unaliving herself. He is devastated. Perry tries to be sympathetic, but then pushes him away from the car to drive off. And he's just alone sitting in front of the hotel. Cut to Harry watching Harmony's commercial. I suck heads off a fish.
Yeah, what do I know? I'm just a bear.
It's just literally her waving at a bear, turning, looking at the camera, waving at a bear. Yeah. It's like a pretty good commercial, though. I would have bought that beer.
Yeah, I love
It did
that
make me want a
fucking-
beer.
Oh, man.
I don't like beer anymore.
Oh, wow.
I only like drink wine
Nice.
because I'm bougie.
Yeah.
No, I guess I'd have to just drink champagne.
You're
or something.
refined. No, champagne sucks ass.
Yeah.
I don't care what
I
anybody says.
love the taste of champagne, but it's the worst of the headaches.
Yeah, and it tastes horrible coming up.
But putting in some orange juice.
Oh, yeah. Those are good. What do they call those?
Mimosas.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Breakfast alcohol.
Yeah.
So good.
So Harry,
I'm more of a Bloody Mary
Mm.
myself. Anyway,
I was just kind of a margarita.
a spicy Bloody Mary. Ugh.
Ugh, sounds
yeah, dude.
bad.
No, it's good.
So Harry, who is drinking champagne, gets a knock at the door. It's Harmony. She's still alive, baby. We found out it was her sister that unalived herself. I love it because Michelle Monaghan's just like talking a lot, very fast, and it's like,
and her
like-
boobs popping
yeah.
out.
And he's just like, dude, you got to chill out. You're making me nervous. It's like for one second I thought you were dead, and now I'm happy that you're alive, but now I'm just nervous. It's like, was he about to say I kind of wish you were dead now? We learned that Harmony's sister broke into Harmony's apartment and stole her credit card. That'll be important later.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah.
to
And
me.
then Flicka told Harmony Harry is a PI, and that's why Harmony came there to ask him for help on the case. Then she's explaining the whole thing, and her nipple pops out, and he just keeps saying nipple. And he's like, I wanted to tell her that it popped out, but she's just going on about the story.
She probably doesn't care.
We learn her sister charged $2,000 to her card, and then eventually Harry agrees to help on the case because he's in love.
Because he lies.
Yeah.
He says he's a private
And he's just like, he
investigator.
just wants to be around her. So he's like, yeah, sure. And then as soon as he agrees, she passes out.
Nice.
So good.
So tired.
That's such a good bit. So he puts her in his bed, goes to take off her wet clothes. I'm assuming to do that and just put a blanket on her because you don't want to go to sleep in wet clothes. That's how you get sick.
No, that's horrible. And it gets your bed all soggy.
So it's like as soon as he did it, I was like, fuck, dude. This is weird. But they usually cut this part in movies.
Yeah.
Right? Usually in movies like this, when someone's like, oh, yeah, I just put you in bed. And it's like, yeah, you changed my clothes. And it's always like, what? Like, if you don't see it, you don't think about it. But then you like see he's about to kind of do that. And it's like, this is weird. This is just, I don't know. Wake her up, be like, take her clothes off and get under the blanket.
Yeah, you got to shake her a bunch first. And then
Yeah.
she don't wake up.
But
You're like,
because
okay.
Harry has Zero luck. A spider crawls into her
Horrible
bra.
spider.
Dude, and you know what? He did the right thing. Trying to smash that spider. You don't want to get a spider bite, get it infected in her boob.
I know.
I just recently had one on my leg and it was gross and it sucked.
Yeah, her boob would have rotted off.
Yeah.
That would have been horrible. I probably would have been more panicky and like slapped it real hard, and then she would have woken up.
Well, I would immediately been like, look in your bra, there's a spider.
Just put your finger in her mouth.
Just
Bra.
Look in it. There's a spider, I promise. We don't have to have this weird conversation that's about to happen. Just look in your bra, I promise.
Yeah.
So yeah, he slaps it. Harmony wakes up and accuses him of grabbing her boob. Harmony doesn't care though. It's like, so what? You grab my tit. That's life. No biggie. And Harry's like, no biggie. Is that the type of girl you are? And it's like,
man,
dude, don't slut shame her.
Don't slut shame.
Yeah. And like, she's kind of just like, why would you do that? Why would you think that? And then she like lifts her bra just a little bit and they see a spider leg. And he's like, you see? And then he gets mad. I am the type of guy that would do that though. It's like, what is your argument here?
Trying too hard.
But yeah, so after they kind of get in a little fight about, the line of, is that the type of girl you are? He goes to pee and she's like, I'm leaving. Can I borrow stuff? He pees. Then he, while midstream, sees the dead girl from the lake in it, turns around, pees on her a little bit. And then, it's great. And then luckily Harmony left. And then he calls Perry. Dude. Oh, it's so funny. It's so funny.
You can't stop midstream. It stings.
Yeah, well, you're so shocked. It's going to just make you pee. Yeah. It's like when someone scares you, it's like, I peed a little. And it's just like, God, like you never, it's like lucky you didn't like shoot even harder.
Yeah, that's what I was going to think.
Oh, man, what a terrible, God, he just fucks everything.
Washed the blood off her face.
He literally does everything wrong. So he calls Perry. He says they have to move the body because whoever set him up probably called the cops. He has to wrap the body and the gun. Well, he has to wrap the body up and find the gun because they always plan a gun. And this is when he's like, hey, Harry, I peed on her. He's like, what? Wait, let me get the quote actually because, oh, God, I have it pretty close. Let's see. Where is it?
I like how he tells the truth right away instead of trying to hide it. Because the more you lie, it gets worse and worse and worse.
I'll just do the whole thing. So you got Perry. We got to move her somewhere. You got gloves? Harry, excuse me? Gloves. Do you have gloves? You have to move her. It's a frame up. Some asshole probably calling the cops on you right now. Do this. Wrap up the body in the blanket, a sheet, anything. Okay, any particular gloves? Yes, Fawn. Will you fucking hurry? And they're like, Perry, yeah, I peed on it. What? You peed on what? I peed on the corpse. Can they do like ID from that? Perry, I'm sorry, you peed on? Harry, on the corpse. My question is, Perry, no, my question, I get to go first. Why in the blubber effect hell would you pee on a corpse? I didn't intend to. It's not like I did it for kicks. Just perfect. Perfect. Little
I'll be there in 4 minutes.
Yeah.
This is great.
It's awesome. So he finds the gun, wraps up the body. Harmony, and then we cut to Harmony downstairs. Here's some cops looking for Harry. And she misdirects him.
Yeah, that's great.
She's smart.
She's a winner.
Yeah.
She's a keeper.
She's a keeper.
Perry, when they throw the body off a roof.
Yeah. So Perry shows up and they move the body. They throw it off the roof. Just like hits the trash.
So yeah. When it hits the trash can, it's fucking awesome.
I know. It's like, ugh.
But no, like whenever they pulled the girl out of the car in the lake, her neck was already broken. Because he's like, you shot her in the face. He's like, is she dead? Or no, he goes,
fuck, yeah, you're right.
Is she dead? He's like, yeah, her neck is broken. Right, yeah. So she was already dead.
Then what was the noise from the car?
Oh.
Because they're like, the noise from the car. Open the trunk.
Don't know.
If you understand.
Maybe her neck broke from hitting the water. I don't know.
True. It could have been that case.
I don't know.
We'll just say that's it. Because I'd heard the noise in the movie. So yeah, maybe she already died from the crash into the water and then he shot her. Okay. So, well, just fuck me. So
anyway, her corpse hitting the dumpster because you think it's going to land in the dumpster.
Yeah.
And then they miss horribly.
Oh, God, rough. Reminds me of John Wick 3.
Yeah. Oh, I haven't seen that.
Well, because you'll have. God, you
He's
got to
just
watch
throwing
those
bodies
movies.
into dumpsters.
It's actually John Wick's body.
Nice.
So they put her in the trunk. 2 cops drive up. So Perry comes up with the idea, hey, kiss me.
Let's
What?
make out.
Kiss me. It's like, no, I don't want to. Then kiss. And he's like, starts spitting out.
Have you ever done this?
Kissed a man? No.
Well, today's the day. No, I was with my girlfriend. We snuck into a bar because I was underage, and she could have got in, but like I had to sneak in. I had to jump a fence, right?
Cool.
And we were behind the kitchen, and somebody comes out like an employee, and I was just like, "Quick, come here!" And we started making out real hard.
Did it work?
Because of this movie? Yeah, he just like walked away. He's like, "What the fuck?"
Hell yeah, dude, that rules.
But it's not like he would have carded me anyway.
Yeah, that's true. But they might have been like, "What are you doing here?
He's
Leave."
just like a kitchen guy. Yeah. If you make it awkward, people want to get away from you.
Hell yeah. I'm going to have to
And that
remember
was from this movie.
Snake, make it awkward. I got someone to kiss.
Come here, Snake.
I mean, he makes it awkward. I kiss you. So Harmony shows up and asks what the heck is going on because she saw the kiss. And they're like, all right, so we got out of there and somehow we were able to convince her that nothing was happening and convince her that I'm not gay for kissing a man. And I don't know how I'm going to tell you how I did the second one.
About that.
Yeah. Classic 2000s.
Yeah, Val Kilmer really gets in there.
Yeah. Shoot. Give me Val Kilmer from Heat. I'll kiss him. I'll kiss him from the movie Heat. I ain't scared.
He's like, Harmony, it's over.
Yeah.
Had a change of heart.
So they dump the body on the side of the road. Harry starts bringing up like, oh yeah, I got to meet with Harmony to bring up the case. And he's like, here's the case. Her sister killed herself. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Just drop it. And it's funny because that ends up being it.
That's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Because he's a good private investigator.
Yeah. And then we cut to day 3. You have Harry and Harmony. They're sitting and having like lunch or breakfast together.
Brunch,
Harmony's talking about how she, before she left, she got her sister into foster care. And she convinced her sister that her abusive father wasn't her real father.
She did get her into foster care. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That makes me feel better.
And that she made her think that Johnny Gossamer is her real father. That's why she was in LA.
Dang.
Her sister.
All right.
We see on the news that the body was Veronica Dexter, the daughter of Harlan Dexter, who owns a mental health clinic, and was also the person at the party, the host of the party.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Because when they have that little scene, they show the daughter sitting next to the birthday cake, and then they give a really intimate hug. Harry and Perry, they meet, they discuss the case. They're on this rooftop. The killers were at the party, and that's how they know them. He tells Harry to leave, and he tells him that the only reason Harry is there is because they were using Harry to lower Colin Farrell's acting rate because he wanted like $10 million or $100 million for the film that he's going to be in. And so that they hired this nobody, made a big deal about it, and that he's going to get the part just so he could shave a few million off of Colin Farrell's rate.
Yeah, I wonder if that really is what happens because it makes sense.
I mean, it's Shane Black. He's in the movie business. I'm sure he's heard of something like that.
Yeah, I'm sure he does.
Yeah. Probably happened to like Arnold or Sylvester Stallone or something. And then Perry tells Harry that he told Harmony that he isn't a detective, and he makes Harry really mad. He's like, you can hit me if you need to. And he just hits him. He's like, fuck.
Yeah, immediately.
And then he's like, what are you so upset about? He's like, I thought we were friends. He's like, I'm not your friend. I'm hired by the producer of this film. Like, I do whatever I'm told.
Yeah, I make bodies disappear.
Yeah, I'm not a good guy, which is kind of one of my favorites. And then as Perry's walking away, Harry, don't quit your gay job. It's such a dumb joke, but it made me laugh.
Like, why does that even matter?
I don't know.
I don't know. Like, it's okay.
It's just like, oh, it sounds like
it's
gay,
funny.
So it's funny.
Yeah.
If something sounds like something, it's immediately funny.
Yes. I imagine if I had a gay friend, that it would have to be kind of like that. Like, because you're close enough, you can make fun of each other.
Yeah.
And I feel like that would just happen. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of any gay friends that I
don't have
had.
any like close gay friends.
We never really joked that much about them being gay.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's a very sensitive subject.
Yeah,
for me.
Well, I don't think they would have cared if I did any jokes. It's just like I'm not clever enough.
I don't feel like I
anything.
need to go there.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's never been the right moment.
Yeah,
I would.
Well, let's stop digging our hole.
Wrong. Dig me out of this hole.
Let's
Jesse.
get out of this hole.
Throw me a bone.
Harry is at the airport and runs into Flicka. That's the reason we met Flicka early in the film. We learned
she's
that
a stewardess.
Yes, and he's essentially just asking for Harmony's number. But we learned that Harmony has a stage name, Allison Ames. Dun dun dun. Harry flips because it's the same name on the card that hired Perry. He calls Perry to tell him. He calls Perry to tell him about it, but it's just a voicemail. He goes to Harmony, who is mad, and slams the door immediately on his hand, cutting off his finger.
That's fucking awesome.
Dude, this was the scene where I was like, fuck, Michelle Monaghan is hilarious and great. It's just like her reaction to slamming the door on it and opening, like, did I just cut off your finger? And they just kind of look down and look up at each other. And it's just like the face she makes where she's like, I am pissed, but I'm also like, fuck, I just cut off a guy's finger. And it was like the perfect little look. And it's hilarious.
Like, and
then you got Robert Downey Jr. who's just like pissed off and just being funny.
It's like, can you grab it, please?
Yeah, it's such a good bit here. And so I guess he came in and he told her everything because through a phone call, Harmony is happy that Harry figured it out. So Harmony is at a party and the whole crew from the party is there. He goes to the party and he's completely trashed on pills.
Yeah.
The whole scene, him on the phone in the car with her, and there's a joke's made, and he just starts cracking up, and he's so funny, and I'm sure he has a lot of experience in that type of situation.
Yeah, with painkillers.
Yeah. So yeah, he goes there because everybody that's at the party is there, and obviously the two killers were at the party, the kidnappers.
So they're gonna be here too because they love parties.
Yeah. So we go to this classic weird LA party. You just got a bunch of people in glasses, doing weird dances and stuff. And it reminds me of The Nice Guys. Yeah, because essentially Kiss Kiss Bang Bang was his I want to do a detective movie in LA. And this was almost kind of his rough draft versus where he does the perfect movie, The Nice Guys. Because I do like The Nice Guys better than Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. Yeah. But it's it's kind of funny. You just made the two same movies except slightly different,
Yeah.
But they do have that weird LA party where there's mermaids and stuff.
Man.
Yeah.
I want that. I want that kind of money.
So
I want a lady with covered in I want the buffet table to just be a lady.
Yeah, just be a lady.
Food all over.
I hope you bathed.
Bonus points if you didn't.
It doesn't matter. I'm not gonna go to a random party and eat something off of anybody. I don't trust that.
I know. Do you need a spotter? How does this work?
I just need it on a clean plate. That's it. Just put it on a plate.
Don't dirt shame these women.
What? Okay. So Harmony pops up, says hey to Harry. Harmony apparently.
Hey, where'd you get sausage from?
Yeah. Dude. She's got a bunch over there. So Harmony gives him a tape. It's the Lord of the Cock Rings or whatever. But it's no, it's just a fake tape. It's a Johnny Gossamer movie that her sister had. And then so a random girl comes up and is I was in the bathroom and he was totally checking me out. And he's like, what the fuck are you talking about? And then there's this whole 100 gal speech where it's all these girls are so messed up that their uncle touched them, and the entire world just turned on its side, and all the people from the East Coast that wasn't messed up hung on to stay in the East Coast, and all the messed up people come down
because they took it up and shook the world or something, and all the people landed it.
And all the messed up girls ended up in LA. And they're just making Harmony even more mad because, obviously with her father being someone that molested her sister.
That sucks ass.
And obviously hit her. She gets mad. It's everyone here who hates Harry, raise your hand. And then every girl walks, and then Perry comes up. Obedient bitches are they? Someone throws a glass, he dodges it.
He dodges it like he saw it coming. That was so perfect.
So I guess Shane Black doesn't like LA women. That's what I'm starting to realize from the movie.
the funny misogyny though. It's just
Here's the
man.
thing. You know what? So far in this movie, yeah, the women need to stick together because every man's trying to kill him
Yes.
and do something to him.
Yes.
So sorry, Harry and Perry.
We need some more girls here.
They're essentially just like raising. Oh, there's a creep here. Get him out.
Yeah, hell yeah, man.
That's all it was.
That's great. I love a consensus.
Yeah. Even though in this case, Harry didn't do anything wrong. It's just some random girl was like, he's checking me out. It's like, why? But definitely is like, well, Shane Black obviously has some issue here, and this must have happened to him, and he's still pissed off about it.
Probably.
Yeah. So Harry, Harmony, Perry.
I'm going to get back at her with a movie.
Yeah. They go to watch the videotape, and while watching, they realize Harlan Dexter is playing Johnny Gossamer. He is the one that was with the movie crew when they were young. So Harmony's sister's like,
She thinks that's her dad.
that's my dad. So now that like Perry's like, shit, we got something here. He says he will help, but he's got to go do a case first, following a girl out into the park. And he tells them that it'll be the first thing they do the next day. Harmony's like, don't listen to him. There's like, we're going to solve this case no matter what he says.
Let's go.
And she says like, yeah, we're going to investigate it tomorrow. Don't worry about him. So Harry decides to just chill at the party. And then two dudes come up to rough him up. They take him to the bag. They tell him to leave town. They tear it.
What were their names?
No, there's like, it's Ike, Mike, and Mustard.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. This is the first scene in the movie where I'm like, Shane Black's trying to be too clever.
Yeah.
There's like too much going on between these two random guys, and like it just doesn't really. It doesn't work.
If they were pretty dumb, but like I feel like if they were written a little bit differently to be funnier, I don't know.
Yeah, it's just like I mean I get like the Ike and Mike and Mustard things. Like I guess this old like 1950s thing or something.
I guess
like I don't know.
Everybody had nicknames.
It doesn't work, and it's like they're being too funny, and like I don't know. It's just like.
Yeah,
the dialogue's not really working for me.
Right.
Yeah. But it is funny that they ripped open his finger again.
Yeah.
It's like, God dang it. So
you just can't catch a break.
Yeah. And then we cut to Harmony is driving Harry back to the hospital. It's like, but
Almost.
she spots the two men who beat up Harry. Then she starts to follow him. He's like, no, hospital first, please
hospital.
just take me to the hospital. But she's like, she realizes like, oh snap, they're going to Perry's stakeout. We have to go.
Gotta save
We
Perry.
got to go warn them. So she follows them and just like says,
Doesn't
hey.
he have a phone though?
Huh?
Doesn't he have a phone?
Yeah, I don't understand.
Okay.
Maybe he probably has it off because he doesn't want it to ring and the girl like looks behind him. Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
That's just what I'm saying to make it make sense in my head.
Yeah.
And so she's like, she just pulls over, leaves the keys in the car, and tells Harry, hey, drive yourself to the hospital. He passes out immediately.
Yeah, okay, I got it.
He's like, he's so mad. He's had a really rough couple days here. She follows the guys who are following Perry, who is following a pink-haired girl. I should have used some commas in that sentence.
Oxford commas.
Yeah. She tries to warn him, but one of the guys catches her and is like gonna choke her. He's like, shh, be easy, baby.
Just let it happen, baby.
Just being just a real douchebag about it, even though he's choking her, but it's like, you don't have to be a douchebag about
Yeah, you
choking
can just kill her nicely.
Yeah,
like,
just
what's
like
the deal?
tell her a story or something. But she's able to knock him out with a headbutt.
Hell yeah, man. She kicks his ass.
Have you ever headbutted somebody like that?
It hurts.
Yeah.
A lot. Never on purpose.
You have to like hit with a special part on your head.
Yeah, the big noggin part right here in the middle. That's where it's very porous. Kind of like how goats and stuff.
Yeah.
Their skulls are porous, so it helps absorb impact.
Yeah. So I guess in movies, everybody is really good at using that part of their head.
No, man, you do it once and it hurts a lot.
Yeah.
And you don't want to do it anymore.
Never headbutted a person. I have headbutted doors, rails.
I headbutted a few people, and I gave one guy stitches.
At work, I headbutt things all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Because, we got our side shields on, so it kind of blocks your peripheral a little bit.
Like blinders.
So you like kind of turn and like, I didn't realize how close I was. Then it pisses you the hell off for the rest of the day. You ever have that happen to you?
Yes, I have. Yeah. Where it starts bleeding, or like,
luckily I haven't bled, but it fucking sucks.
Blood, sweat, and tears for cheese.
I'm pissed off now. So after knocking the guy out, she then runs to warn Perry. When she trips and her gun goes off, Perry turns around and the other kidnapper was behind him in the car, gonna run him over.
That was awesome.
Luckily, he's able to slide by. And the guy gets out with a gun, but luckily, like a food vendor in the middle of the park has a gun. Is like, you goddamn rat scallions!
Yeah, man.
Just shoots him up.
I fucking love that guy.
I was like, do you go to jail? You just shot a random guy that hasn't shot anybody yet. Well, he was shooting at Perry, so.
I don't think anybody goes to jail in LA.
Not in LA.
No.
Guess they all have a good alibi.
No one gets caught for anything.
It's like, dude, you shot a guy in the back like 5 times. I don't know California's law, but I don't think you're allowed to shoot people in the back.
Wild West out there.
But I guess he had a gun and he shot it, so it's like, hey, you're just protecting the people.
Protecting his fucking food stand.
His park stand.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that guy got shot. The pink-haired girl, we see her run away, and she steals Harmony's car to go home.
With Harry in the back.
Harry in the back, baby. So later, we cut to Harry wakes up in a garage. He looks around for anyone in the apartment. Hears people come in, though, so he ducks under a bed. Here's the pink-haired girl and one of the kidnappers. One of the kidnappers is trying to like calm her down. It's like, don't worry.
You think they're about to have sex.
Yeah, and it's like, hey, don't worry. You won't ever have to worry about this again. Pew. Shoots her with a silencer. I fucking love this scene.
That was badass.
Whenever, because the pink-haired girl falls to the floor and is still kind of alive, and staring at Harry, who's just like shaking.
She says something that she's like, don't I know you or something
she's like, who are you?
I know you.
And she keeps trying to say like, who are you?
Yeah.
And he like puts her hand, his bloody hand on this soon to be corpse. Makes all the terrible decisions.
Pre-corpse. Yep.
Yeah. And then she dies. And then he's kind of shocked. He's in shock.
Damn,
and he kind of waits so he doesn't hear any noises, gets back up from the other side of the bed, and the silencer's still there. And the guy comes in, he's like getting ready to pull out trash bags and stuff. And then
it's like, oh, hey, tough guy.
He notices and was like, yeah, oh, well, look if it's not Mr. Tough Guy. And then he like picks up the gun. He's like, oh, you got a gun, don't you? And then like, almost got Canadian there. Oh, got a gun, don't you? It's like this Fargo all of a sudden.
Sorry.
And then he just like shoots the shit out of this guy.
Hell yeah, man.
But like, it's a great dramatic,
it is very cool
scene.
Yeah.
It's like, I never thought of like, oh yeah, it was the fact that she was still alive a little bit. And it's like, he wants to help her, but it's like, I'm going to die.
It's like, how could you fucking do this?
Yeah. And then he just gets mad and he's like, he just kills him. And then like, after he does it, it's like, fuck, I just killed a person for the first time.
Yeah.
But then we quickly cut to him making a bunch of more terrible decisions. He puts his finger on ice. He's still in the pink hairs girl's house.
Yeah.
And then he's going to wash his bloody hand out in her sink. And it's like,
smart.
This is not what we do in this situation.
Yeah, you want to disinfect it.
You immediately just get some ice, just hold it in your hand with your finger, and then get out of there, dude. So he then like gets a call from, we see the dog come in, get in the finger in his mouth. Perry calls.
Little
and he's like, it's like, Perry, I killed a man. I killed the kidnapper. He's like, okay. Wipe the place for prints and evidence and then get out of there. And he's like, I can't. It's like, why? My prints are on the dog. It's like, what? No, my dog has the prints. It's like, well, what? Clean. They're not going to check the dog. He's like, he's got my finger in his mouth. He's like, well, just get it, shoot it, kill the dog, whatever you got to do.
Fuck it.
And then the dog swallows it. It's like, oh, never mind. But then he gets like kind of dramatic. He's like, Perry, I've killed a man.
Did you immediately imagine the dog pooping out the finger? And it's like the Ace Ventura coming out of the rhino's butt.
I didn't think of
that's what
I didn't think of that. The rhino thing, but I did think that he might pooped out the finger.
That would be so funny. It just comes out like the point, sticking a poop.
Just running around with a finger halfway up his butt.
Oh.
But yeah, then things get a little dramatic, and he tells Perry, "I killed a guy," and he kind of breaks down because he's never done it before.
And Perry don't give a fuck, really.
Yeah, he's like yeah. He's like, I'm sorry, you have to get out. But then the dog comes up to him and starts whining because he's sad.
A good boy.
Harry hangs up on him and then he's
You think Snake would do that if he ate your finger?
I'd probably just whine to go outside or just like bring me a toy, like play with me. I don't care that you're sad. I need things. So then we cut to the three of them talking at Harry's hotel, and they think the case is closed. The kidnappers have all dead, and now we know everything, I guess. But Perry still has questions. Why did Harmony's sister call Perry? What's up with the Dexter father-daughter stuff? Perry says that it's over. And like, they're like, what? No, it's not. There's still so much more. We got to like probe some more or whatever.
Got a sleuth.
And then like Harmony kind of keeps going on. Like, we got to figure more out. And then Perry's like, we need to stop before you get me and Harry killed.
Yeah, everybody's dying.
Yeah. So, and then Harmony's about to leave. Harry goes back outside. They're kind of arguing a bit. Harmony says that she is not as amazing as he thinks. And then he eventually confesses that he steals stuff and he doesn't ever finish anything in his life. That's why he made out with her friend. That's a good excuse, I guess.
Stole it.
But then she's like, all right, I'll come up, but we got to stop by the bar first. So they drunkenly go up to the hotel. She undresses and gets into bed. Harry, nervous, suddenly thinks about the fact that Veronica didn't have any underwear on under her dress.
His character in this scene is just like, he's trying to be a good guy and like but then like his dick is always in control of everything.
Well, he's like, I'm just gonna sleep on the couch, and then like she gives him the invitation to go on the bed. He's like, okay, we'll see how.
She's like, yeah, but it's just sleep.
It's like if it's not awkward for you, and it's like, oh, well, let's find out.
Yeah, it immediately is.
But with the whole, he's like wondering, it's like if she's a born again, why wouldn't she be wearing any underwear? Which we're slowly piecing it together, but after this whole scene, like it fully
nasty.
Yeah. So Harry gets into bed with Harmony after essentially being invited, and they are essentially all both drunk and horny because immediately she comes up and just like starts like wiggling all over him,
topless,
and it's just like it's like, and so he has a boner and he's very uncomfortable about it. And it's like, dude, she brought up that you have a boner.
And then she's like,
she's half naked wiggling all over you. Like, I don't think she's going to care about the boner, dude.
No.
Like, even if y'all aren't going to have sex, I think she's just kind of understanding.
And then she offers to do something about it.
Yeah. And he's like, I don't want to be like a pity fuck.
No, I'm too good for that.
Yeah.
No, man, this is everything you ever wanted right here.
Yeah. It's like, he keeps getting it. He can't finish. He keeps getting in his way.
Chopped your finger off, my man.
Yeah.
For some reason, she owes you anything.
For some reason, she keeps coming back to you. It's like, you just have to let it happen, man. And so it's going to happen. They kiss. It's romantic. And they're going to have sex. But Harmony has something to tell him. Cut to him kicking her out because she had sex with her best friend, Chuck Chutney.
Yeah.
What a name. Dudes are dumb.
Yeah, they are.
It's like, hey, that was like a long time ago.
Yeah.
Like maybe 15 years ago.
Probably more.
Time to get over it, dude.
Yes.
You're not in high school anymore. Sometimes those high school wounds, you know, they're deep inside.
They are deep.
They don't go away.
They cut deep, for
That's
sure.
why it completely makes who you are the rest of your life.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
We need to have better.
Well, it doesn't like make who you are, but it gives you all the trauma that you're not going to realize is going to stick with you. It stays.
It creates all those empty spaces in your life.
Yeah. So it cuts her outside of the hotel. She's crying, but then calls Harry to ask if Veronica was raped. And Harry says no. So why did she not have underwear on? We'll find out soon. Day 4. Perry is waking up Harry. He tells him Harmony is in trouble. She is investigating Veronica, and apparently Harmony has solved the case, but they can't find her. I don't know why I whispered that part. Harry tells Perry that they know because of the underwear thing. They go to Dexter Mental Health Clinic. They talk to a patient who shows them that she isn't wearing any underwear. The actress that plays this, like funny. The face she makes after she like takes off her pants, she's like, ooh. Like she was very funny.
She's just having fun.
Yeah, she was I've seen that actress in many things. I don't know what, but that is not the first time I've seen her in something. So apparently Veronica was a patient there. That means that it's been 2 different girls this whole time. And they believe he hired a girl that looks like Veronica to go to court with him, and they think it's Harmony's sister. So that's why they think Harmony was probably murdered by Dexter now at this point. So
because she was paid to act like his daughter.
Yeah.
Or, no.
And
well,
yeah. Harmony's sister was paid to act like his daughter. And the reason Veronica's in the mental institution is so that, you know, she wasn't going to sue him. She was planning on suing him, and now he can't because she's they switched him out. Fun. So they leave, and one of the orderlies holds the gun up at him at gunpoint. And I love it. It's like, because he's got the gun up to him, and Perry's doing all the talking, And then Perry says something that makes the guy mad, and he hits Harry. He's like, I didn't even say anything.
And he hits him back.
Yeah,
Because
because Perry's like, you know, in movies how they always have the gun pointed directly at your back. Well, professionals prefer if you have 5 feet of distance between them, and then he takes the gun, and then Harry's like, "Fuck you!" slaps him. Doesn't feel good when you just get slapped for no reason. So
that's an instant knockout usually. If you hit someone with a gun in your hand.
Yeah, I guess if you hit him on I guess it wasn't directly in the forehead like they do in movies sometimes. So they start to ask him questions, but he says he doesn't know anything. And then they just start saying everything that they know. But one thing we did learn from this conversation, we learned that they killed Veronica because the boyfriend would have spotted the fake. Yeah. Which will come up a little later on why a body's getting cremated.
Is this the guy that he plays Russian roulette with?
Yeah, I guess.
He puts the bullet in there because he won't talk. And he's like, he just shoots him with the first shot. Yeah. Is that the same guy?
What? Oh, yeah. That's this part. Yeah. So when the guy isn't answering any questions, Harry gets tough and puts one bullet in his gun to intimidate him. But when he goes to pull the trigger, he actually shoots him in the head. It's like there was an 8% chance. Like, what are you, a mathematician?
8%.
Yeah. And then I love it because Harmony calls and Perry tells her to call, like, I guess the morgue or whatever about Veronica's body. But this whole time, he's like telling Harmony, he's like, shut up. And then like Harry's doing math. He's like, stop doing math. But he wants her to check to see if Veronica's body is going to be cremated. So then Dexter shows up and has them at gunpoint. And then like you got this one really tough, like I guess like thug guy. I don't know. Just like one of the heavies. And he's patting down Perry, and Perry's just like constantly giggling while he's doing it. He's like, tee. Harmony calls for a second Perry's phone, and like the guy's gonna throw him the phone, but Harry's able to snatch it out of the air because he's into magic.
Quick hands.
And he's immediately like, help, Dexter's got us, call the cops, or something like that. And then they get the phone, and she's like pretending to be a carpet salesman. So good.
I know. And he falls for it.
Yeah.
It's the middle of the night.
And then like she's obviously like talking, and it's 40% off. It's like, well, either way, they just told like this guy's killing somebody. So maybe you should have to go kill the carpet lady now. Yeah. Yeah. So Perry and Harry are tied up. The thug is going to shock Harry's balls to find out who else knows about the case.
Oh, man. How bad must that hurt?
Yeah, I know. So we see Dexter getting ready to cremate his daughter. He's like going to take the casket into a van and drive off. Perry is goading the torturer into letting his guard down because he keeps saying, it's like, oh, I know that you're actually gay. I can tell. It's like, this is what you want. And he's like, starts rummaging in his pants. But every time he keeps trying to make the guy mad, the guy's just hitting the electric shock button harder on Harry. Yeah. He's like, stop, I'm not the one saying any of this. Oh, it's so funny.
Yeah, I'll make you pay.
Yeah. And then so he starts putting his hand like down in his pants, like, is this what you want? Is this what you want? And then bang, 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 bang. Yes, and he shoots and kills him with his little crotch rocket, or crotch gun. Yes. It was in his pants. And then he tells Harry, he's like, homophobes never check there. Man,
they should.
Yeah.
Or check the dick immediately.
In movies, they usually never show them grabbing there.
No, they never do. And they've used this in like in Long Kiss Goodnight. They did the same thing, right?
I can't remember.
Yeah, because the guy that was like her trainer, the guy that he was tied to the wheel and he was dead, and like they put her underwater. Mm-hmm. She gets one hand loose. She reaches in his crotch, grabs his gun.
Oh yeah. Shit, I should rewatch that movie.
You think more criminals would have seen these movies?
Yeah, I know. They're too bad being criminals, man. They ain't got time to watch movies.
They ain't got time to check a dick.
Yeah. So outside, we see the caskets in a van, and they're about to drive off, but Harmony hops into the van with a casket and drives off. Perry calls, and she says she will pick them up. She immediately passes them because she can't stop because there's a car chasing her now. They give chase. Harmony ends up crashing the van just a little later down the road. The people chasing her get out to shoot her, but she jumps off a bridge. And then Harry and Perry run after, and Perry gets shot, and it goes straight through him and into Harry. Perry is unconscious or dead. Harry tries to give mouth-to-mouth, and then like a bunch of blood oozes out of him.
Yeah, that lung blood.
See, the difference between Harry now and then is that Harry like just left immediately. This time he was trying to save his buddy.
Yeah.
So Harmony calls Harry. He picks up and she says, Harold, use your awesome might to save me from this hopeless night.
No, that's not what you say when you're dying.
Well, she's not dying. She's a little.
She just fell.
She's probably just got
She fell like 10 feet.
She has head trauma, probably. I love when she's rolling down the hill. She's rolling so slow.
Yeah.
It's like rolling so
dramatically.
Yeah. So Harry, now with the fire in him, gets up to finish all this.
Have sex one day.
Suddenly, Dexter shows up to run him over. He jumps off the bridge and lands on the casket that from earlier ended up landing on an interstate sign.
And the hand's hanging out.
Yeah, and the hand hangs out. And so he's on top of the casket, or he's holding onto the hand that's in the casket. And the gun is stuck on top of the casket. As Dexter is about to shoot Harry, the gun falls. He catches it and shoots Dexter immediately.
Awesome.
Yeah, this rules. This whole part, like, holy shit, Harry rules. He then shoots at the car coming from Harmony. He falls on their car and expertly kills the two men easily.
Yes, he's like, such a badass.
He's like, there, all finished.
All of a sudden.
We're done. It's over. Everything's done. And then he goes to Harmony, who's worried he is shot. He shows her that the Johnny Gossamer book stopped the bullet. And then he's like, puts the finger through it. Oh, wait. And then starts passing out. Good bit. Because it's like, classic. Always getting stuck by like a badge, a book, or
Bible
something.
Or some shit, yeah.
Then we cut to the next day, and Harmony and Harry are all at the hospital. He's fine. And then Perry comes in. It's like, and so Harry, the narrator, stops everything, or just kind of comes up. He's like, brings up how unbelievable it is that everybody lived. It's like, this must be one of those third act producer things where they don't want a negative ending, so they make sure everybody comes back alive. And then he has like, everybody comes in, then Abraham Lincoln comes in.
Yes. And then Elvis.
Yeah. And then to essentially wrap up all the plot lines, Perry tells Harmony that her sister actually killed herself. The imposter Veronica was actually the girl in the pink wig. He tells her that her sister thought that Dexter was her actual father. So she went to see Dexter and saw Dexter with the pink-haired girl. She couldn't handle that her old father and her new father were both abusers, so she killed herself.
Yeah.
Damn, talk about bad timing on going to Dexter's house, right?
Yeah.
So Harry, he's walking Perry into the hospital. Now they're all friends. Perry tells him not to steal anymore because he's not a punk.
Aw,
and then a hunky nurse walks by and he turns Perry around. He's like, you bet I want to turn around.
Yeah, he doesn't even know he's gay. Look at the way he walks.
You think that guy's 6'4"? And then we get this scene. They go to Harmony's sister's funeral in Indiana. And we get a scene of Perry slapping Harmony's father and putting him in his place.
Fuck yeah.
Perry tells him that it's like he's the one that killed his daughter. He pulled the trigger a long time ago. It just took a while for the bullet to hit her.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
Yeah.
It is a cool scene, kind of like retribution for the daughter.
It's just like so wild because like, you know, like you think, oh, it's ending. We have the happy ending. Then it's like, well, now we're going to slap around this guy a little bit.
Fuck.
And it's just like, whoa, it's dark. But it's like hell fucking at the same time, right? It's like, yeah. So then we cut out of the movie and sees Harry telling the story to a camera. Harry now works for Perry. He's telling the story for
a ponytail for some reason.
And he's telling the story for a movie pitch. Perry tells us to stay for the end credits, and for the people in the Midwest, we're sorry we said fuck so much. The end. That's Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, baby.
Fuck yeah, man. This was a fun-ass movie.
Potentially our last Shane Black directed movie until we start doing some Marvel movies.
Yeah.
Because we'll have to do Iron Man 3 eventually.
I guess we will run out of movies one day.
Well, I'm totally fine with doing Marvel movies. I just don't know when I want to start doing them. There's just so many good movies, you know? It's hard to be like, which one to do? I love this movie. This movie's so much fun. And it's just well written. And just, I don't know. It's a fun murder mystery. It's pretty convoluted, which makes it even better for me. I like convoluted mysteries. And yeah, let's go, baby. Give me some of these. Like the last one I remember watching was like Confess Fletch.
I never heard of that.
It's just like a Fletch movie. You ever watch Fletch with what's his name? Chevy Chase?
No.
Damn, dude. We're gonna do Fletch. We're gonna do Fletch soon. So we're going to hop into our category, the good, the bad, the ugly, the fine. It's where we talk about the good of the movie, something we liked, the bad, something we didn't like, the ugly, something that didn't age well, the fine, something that did age well. The good, I put Val Kilmer,
Hell yeah, dude.
Robert Downey, and Michelle Monaghan. They crushed it. And I mean, you watch the movie, you know that they're good.
Yeah,
They ruled. I think this movie doesn't work with anybody else. I mean, it probably would. This movie doesn't work without Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say it. There's no way. He just says the dialogue perfectly.
Yeah, and he kind of created his future character.
Yeah.
Of
I think it's
Iron
like
Man
the
and
first time
everything.
it's like, oh, you can just give him any script and he's just going to be able to wit his way through it, you know?
Hell yeah, dude.
It's just the way he talks. I love it. It's a fast talker.
Really smart.
Something I realized by doing this podcast is I like to talk fast too, which is why I stumble over my words all the time. So
Your brain gets ahead of yourself.
Yeah. So what do you got for the good?
Just like murder mysteries. And that may even be like, I think they age pretty well too. Like, but
This is why there's a billion cop drama shows all the time.
yeah, but
Every episode's a murder mystery.
sure. But I think this movie kind of does. It does it in kind of a special way.
Mhm.
How it when if you think about noir movies, they've all got kind of a lot of the same themes,
Mhm.
and I think they kind of hit on all the themes.
Yeah.
But kind of make it modern as well.
Yeah,
So
modern
that's
and
kinda cool.
Shane Black's own thing. It's like his witty dialogue. So for
And dick guns.
yeah. So for the bad, I put everybody talks so fast and everybody's so witty. And I don't have an issue with that, but I think it makes it harder to understand the resolution of the film.
I see that.
I think the movie probably could have done a little bit better. Like, I just went online and I just looked up Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, and most of the Reddit thing was like, wait, I don't understand how this all got put together. There's like a lot of things like that. And then people having to be like, okay, I understand that's a little difficult, but
Like,
it's this,
editing was a nightmare.
this, and this was it. And it's like, oh, so I think that people, because it's so funny and like snappy,
Yeah.
I think maybe people have a harder time understanding like all the twists and turns because there's like 5
There's
different
a lot going
twists.
on.
Yeah. And they're all just spelled out through dialogue. So it can be easy to miss, especially when you're kind of laughing at the same time of trying to listen.
trying to.
Yeah.
You're trying to like your brain is not going as fast as it should
Yeah.
be.
But like I didn't have any issue with the resolution, but it just seems like just from some of the vibes on like Reddit and stuff, it seems like maybe people had a hard time understanding the resolution. So that might be the bad.
Yeah, I don't know. I never really experienced that. My bad was like Robert Downey Jr.'s narration a lot of the times.
Yeah.
It was just
it's a noir thing though.
yeah,
They
maybe
had to have it.
I guess, but like it was just I don't know. I feel like they maybe tried too hard.
Yeah. Yeah, it's made it really goofy.
Yeah,
The narration did.
like
And
Goofy. There's nothing wrong with Goofy, but
You know,
I feel like yeah,
the narration doesn't work till the end of the movie. That's
Yeah.
what I say. Because then you see that he's pitching a movie at the same
I
time,
see
and it's
what you're
like,
saying.
okay. So you're kind of say it in the context of a movie.
So everything's a grift.
Yeah. So, and I think it's just kind of like, that's what's making it off-putting at the beginning. It's
I
like,
see.
oh, wait, he's
Well, that makes more sense.
explaining it to producers, and that's the narration, instead of it's like, this is just old-timey noir stuff. But I do understand, like, the narration, especially at the beginning, is kind
Yeah,
of
that's
off-putting.
really the only part that was weird for me. was
'Cause-
the beginning narration.
Because when I was like, oh, yeah, the narration, it's kind of weird at the start.
And like having to backtrack all like that kind of threw
Yeah.
me off a little bit.
It's like Deadpool.
Yeah,
They
I
did the
guess.
same thing, essentially. Not really. But, all right, so the ugly, something that didn't age well. So much female abuse.
Yeah, there's a lot of female abuse. Yeah, and I felt like Harmony's character was just a little too broy sometimes.
Yeah.
Or like a bro's idea of
It's like,
what
oh, she's so fine if I
LA
touch her a
girl,
lot. She's so
yeah.
cool with it. I could just slap her tit.
right.
Yeah.
She's just cool with me
It's
being
like, hell
stupid.
yeah. It's like, I don't know. It just seems like, especially, now it's like everybody's like, say something if something like that happens. But I don't know. Early 2000s, I mean, it's probably just how it was in LA.
Yeah, but I felt like her
Being around
character, it
producers
just didn't,
and
to me, it
movies.
didn't fit with her character who was
Yeah.
supposed to be like, she's supposed to be like super, like
You
kind of
figured-
tough.
Yeah, you figured she'd be kind of like fighting against it since her sister had to go through it so much.
Yeah.
but I don't know. It's just, I guess she's just broken, right? I mean, I don't know. Just person of abuse. Obviously, her father hit her all the time. She probably gotta. But yeah, is that the same thing you had?
Yeah. That was basically what I was gonna say.
And for the fine, I put obviously Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
He aged well.
Yeah, he definitely looks
physically and
yes, he looks much better after this movie. He looks kind of small and weak in this movie.
Yeah,
and that made me feel a little weird. Like I don't know, compared to Iron Man, maybe he's just a little older in those.
He doesn't have facial hair. Kind of always
maybe
has facial
that's what
hair.
it is.
Yeah, and he has the classic goatee from Iron Man that he had in the comic books and stuff.
Okay.
So it's kind of weird seeing him without it because it's been so long since we've really seen him without facial hair that much.
Maybe that's what it is. I did like his character, even though he was a fucking idiot.
Yeah. No, it's just like, I just think, it's just cool that his story, there was a redemption for him, just in general.
A lot of redeeming qualities.
Yeah. And it's like.
And he does change.
Well, I just mean like even in real life.
Oh.
It's like, Robert Downey Jr., you did it, man. You came back from just,
from the brink,
potentially ruining your life with drugs and alcohol. And now everybody loves you. I don't know anybody that's like, I actually kind of don't like Robert Downey Jr. I'd be like, well, then I don't want to talk to you. Especially if you're going to say it like that. Did you have anything for the fine?
The fine. I think I kind of touched on it a little bit already, but like like a good, smart mystery.
Yeah.
Murder mystery with like lots of weird shit in it.
Yeah.
Is just right up my alley.
That's why those Knives Out films are so good with Ryan Johnson. It's like, we don't get those.
Yeah.
It's like you don't get, or they're not what's talked about. No one talks about murder mysteries.
Yeah. And I think that this movie does like a murder mystery a lot better than a lot of murder mysteries I've seen lately, like especially grotesquerie.
Bro,
it just goes so many places. It's like too much. But like this, I think
don't even talk to me about grotesquerie. What I hate is that I'm roped in for season 2.
Oh no, the ropes! They got him again.
I gotta know what's gonna happen. It's like I've never watched something so more infuriating and just also like, well, what is it about?
Yeah,
I have to go to season 2 to know what's the point of anything is.
Yeah, so I guess what I'm saying is I'm glad this wasn't a series.
Yeah,
because it definitely would have happened.
Shoot, but if you gave me like a 8-episode series with Val Kilmer, Robert Downey Jr., and Michelle Monaghan, directed by Shane Black, sign me up.
I'd watch it.
Sign
for
me
sure.
Up hard. Yes, so that's our first category. We're gonna finish it off by doing our next category, which is double feature, a movie we recommend alongside this movie. Did you have anything?
Yes, The Saint.
Hell yeah.
Fun movie.
Never
Val
seen
Kilmer. He's a spy.
Can't wait to watch it one day.
And he's not even that great of a, he's kind of a not great guy in The Saint too. Like, even though he's kind of the saint.
I'm just gonna say, spies probably not good guys.
No, they're not.
You have to be devious and
anything
willing to manipulate everybody.
Yeah, if your career is based on deception, it's not gonna. You're not gonna be awesome.
Exactly. Man, I really do want to watch it. I want to watch every Val Kilmer movie. I was a huge fan of him as a kid. Tombstone, Top Secret. Now I love him in Heat. I didn't watch that as a kid, but I watched that earlier. And then what is it? What else is he in that I loved him in? Batman Forever. That was my favorite Batman movie as a kid.
That was a good ass Batman movie.
I like that one more than I liked
Tommy Lee Jones and
as a kid.
Yeah.
Jim Carrey.
Yeah, Jim Carrey. That's what I was thinking of. It's just a cool ass villain, like
and
the Riddler.
Like the first 20 minutes of Batman Forever are actually a really good Batman movie.
Yeah.
And then it just, they did they went buck ass wild like, the rest of the movie, and it gets all weird, but it's fun. It's a fun one to watch.
Hell yeah.
I chose the Great Coen Brother movie because I'm a Coen head. That's what they call us, I guess.
A Coen dog.
Burn After Reading. That is written and directed by the Coen Brothers. Stars Brad Pitt, Frances McDormand, George Clooney, John Malkovich, Tilda Swinton, Richard Jenkins.
God damn, how have I never seen
J.K.
this?
Simmons. Yep, everybody. And even more people that you'll be like, I know that guy. And it's essentially Frances McDormand and Brad Pitt. They own a gym or whatever. They work at a gym. And they find a disc containing mysterious information about a CIA agent. A CIA agent ends up And they attempt to sell it, and it just kind of.
Oh, and then they have to play dodgeball to save their gym?
No.
Oh,
that's the other. That's the other one. I almost recommended that one. No, it's great. It's just because you guys. It's what Coen brothers do so much. Idiots getting themselves into situations that's way over their heads.
Oh, it's so fun. It's the greatest.
It's like what every single movie they do is. Yes. Raising Arizona, all of them.
Oh, man, Raising Arizona. So good.
I'm going to say we're going to do that one soon. I was looking for my Blu-ray of Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, and it was right next to Raising Arizona. I was like, assigned. But we're still in Christmas.
Hell yeah. So what's our next Christmas movie?
We're doing our last Christmas movie of the year. And I'll fight you if you say it isn't, because we're doing Die Hard, baby.
Yes. Yeah. Yippee.
We're finally doing it. It's just nothing but bangers this month, baby. It's nothing but good ones. So yeah, join us for that. You know, I was watching Harry Potter, watched the fifth and sixth movie.
That one's just like Die Hard.
No, but you know, it has Alan Rickman in it. And I was just like, I love that man. Alan Rickman's such a good actor. And I like the whole time I was like, I want to watch Die Hard. I want to watch Die Hard. I want to watch Die Hard. So that's why we're doing Die Hard.
Just do it.
Because it's Alan Rickman's best performance. And he's so good in that movie. And Bruce Willis it's my favorite performance of his too.
Fuck yeah, man.
So yeah, join us for Die Hard, baby.
I think The Fifth Element was my favorite Bruce Willis.
Oh, I can see that. Yeah. Fifth Element. Oh, God, he is so good in that movie. We should redo Fifth Element for the pod.
I'd love to. It's one of my favorite movies ever.
So yeah, make sure you join us next week for that. It's our Christmas episode. Hopefully I remember to say Merry Christmas in that episode. Hopefully I will, because I never remember to say Happy Halloween or Merry Christmas or Happy Thanksgiving in the holiday episodes.
We should make up our own holiday.
Yeah, Jesse Day.
Yeah.
And Jason Day. But it's like Jesse Day, ... and Jason Day. Just kidding. So make sure you join us next week. Leave us some comments. At the beginning of the episode, we're like, hey, we're thinking about changing it up. Tell us if you're for it or not. There's a link at the top of the description, and at the bottom is our email. We recommend mailbag@gmail.com. And follow us on our social medias. Leave us some dang old reviews and comments, please.
Yeah, that'd be great. We'd love to interact.
Also, we're on Blue Sky now. You can follow us there. I don't know how much I'll use it, but you can follow us there. And thank you, Joey Prosser, for our intro and outro music. You can follow him on X at Mr. Joey Prosser. And dang it, this has been the We Recommend podcast.
Yay.
I've been Jesse.
I've been Jason.
Bye.
Bye.